now I've got Jeanette waiting in another room. Let me move her back. Okay, got her moved back. I gotta get my light. I don't have my light out yet. Get my music. Be right back. I see Jeanette. All righty. Good morning. Sit up nice and tall. Find your neutral spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head. I want you to just kind of rock back and forth, go around in circles, right on the axis of your tailbone. Even though your tailbone's not technically touching the chair, just feel that rotational axis. Moving from one sit bone to the other. Maybe you feel it as you come forward more into your thighs. As you go back, you feel it more in your deeper in your glutes. Just create a little space in your hips as you move around a little bit. And then when you're ready, come to your center. Legs relaxed, feet relaxed. Hip bones pointing directly forward. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Belly is engaged to lengthen through the spine. Head floats on top. Gently close your eyes for just a moment and become aware of your breath. Without changing the rhythm of the breath, the length of the breath, just observe it. Feel the top of your breath. Feel the bottom. Feel the broadening in the back. The rise of the heart. Feel the diaphragm move through the organs. Does your breath feel humid or dry? Does it feel long or short? Does it feel scattered or in control? Take a little bit of control of your breath, and I want you to lengthen it. And what does it feel like when you lengthen your breath? How does that change in your body? Taking your awareness away from the lengthening, now I want you to widen it. How does that feel different? I consciously feel when I widen my breath like I'm pressing against my side bodies. when I breathe, wide. To me, that's wide. For you, wide might be front to back. I want you to think about that tailbone axle point rooting into the ground. And imagining every vertebrae stacked on top of each other with space. Opening through your vertebrae. As you inhale, imagine lengthening the crown of your head and opening the space ever so slightly between each vertebrae. Breathe into that space. Today we're going to work on poses that we have done before, but we're going to be mindful of the space between our vertebrae when we do them. So I want you to think about the base of your neck, creating space in your neck all the way to the crown of your head. Opening your neck, maybe tuck your chin just a tiny bit and give a little more opening in the back of your neck. Just a tiny tuck. I don't want you to go fully forward. And then I want you to press your shoulders down. Increase that space in the neck a little bit more. And as you keep your shoulders down, I want you to take your right ear to the right side. Keeping the neck long and then leading it over. Keep pressing the shoulders down, but keep the hands relaxed. Slide your left hand off of your lap and let it dangle, but you're still pressing the shoulder down. Pressing your palm to the floor, lift your fingertips on the left hand as if you were supporting yourself on a ledge. Your imaginary ledge right next to your hip. Activated from the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. And then roll your wrist around in big circles on that left wrist. Keeping your shoulder pressed down. Roll your wrist the other direction. Relax your hand, replace it in your lap, shoulders remain down, and very slowly roll. But think of still lengthening from the crown of your head as you're rolling forward. Stop in the middle when you get to the middle. Still think of lengthening the crown of your head. Shoulders are pressed down. To give our shoulders a little break, let's just roll them around in circles. Keeping our head forward. Roll the other direction. And pause. Lightly bring the head up to center. Just doing like no. Shake your head no. Release any tension. You can roll your shoulders or just shimmy them a little bit. Just release any tension that you feel. And when you're ready, just come to stillness and feel the difference between the two sides of the body. The neck in particular. Maybe you feel at the top of your chest or the upper back. Maybe your deltoid over the top of your shoulder. All right, we're gonna find our position again. So root your tailbone down as if you were reaching your tailbone to touch. And then lift through the crown of your head. A little tiny tuck of your chin to open up the back of your neck a little more. And then drop your shoulders down slightly. Feel long in the back of your neck. And then stay long. Keep lifting in the crown of your head as you slowly take your head left. Shoulders remain down on both arms. Lengthen the crown of that head. Whatever direction the crown is pointing, lengthen that way. Feel the opening of your neck. Slide your right hand off of your lap. Relax the hand, but keep pressing the shoulder down. Breathe into the side of your neck. When you're ready, start lifting your fingertips. Find that ledge, that imaginary ledge. You're pressing into the palm of your hand and fingertips are lifted as if you're supporting yourself over there on that right side. Relax your fingertips and roll your wrists in a big circle. And then roll the other direction. Relax your hand, keep the shoulder down. Return your hand to your lap. Both shoulders are pressed down. Lift to the crown of your head as you slowly start tucking your chin and rolling towards the center. Pausing at the center. Lengthen through the crown of the head and open up. Tuck the chin in towards your throat. Roll it up. All the way up to the ceiling. And then lift from your belly button. Feel yourself pull through your sit bones. Lift everything up to lengthen through the crown of the chin. Just everything tightens and comes up. As if you're trying to touch something up here with your chin. Reach. Relax your shoulders. Palms out in front of you. Arms straighten without locking. Open up. Lead with your thumbs. Open up your chest, stretch through your torso, arms. And as you bring your arms forward, pinkies leading, I want you to round your back, bring your head back down. Rounding just your upper back. Then inhale, shoulders back, arms back, head up and back. But lengthen tall when you open your chest. Exhale, lead with your pinky, shoulders come forward, head comes down. Belly button pulls into spine. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, close it in. Now I know your breathing may be shorter or longer than mine, so I'm going to let you do about 4 of these at your own pace. Make sure your inhale is full and open. And you're exhaling everything out, using your body to help press out that little bit of air. Working through your spine. Try and keep your abs pulled in the entire time, so you're keeping that back supported. We're not arching in the low back, we're just pulling shoulders together in the upper back when we go back. On your next exhale, just allow your hands to float down, head to float to the top. Relax and let it shake it out. Roll your wrists, your elbows, shoulders. Whatever feels like it needs a little bit of movement, shake out any stress, anything that you feel you want to release. So release it out and let it go. Just let it go. Alrighty. Do a little breathing using our legs. So I want you to come forward in your chair where you still feel nice and stable. Lengthen through the crown of your head. All right. Having your knees lined up with your hips out in front. I want you to we're going to breathe as we lift and lower our legs. So in order to get the synchronicity correct, when you lift your leg, you're actually exhaling. So we're going to start on the right leg. We're going to inhale first. Then as we exhale, we're going to lift and lower over here to the 45-degree mark. You might want to have your stable leg, your one that's going to hold the weight. You might want to squeeze through the glute and the hip, the hamstring, the quad to help stabilize you as you lift that leg up and move it over. So you might want to think about that. All right, get yourself centered, get yourself rooted in your sit bones. Lengthen through the crown of your head, starting with a deep inhale. Exhale, lift right leg, lower on 45. And release the breath and take a moment. Stay tall. Feel a little stretch just from that movement. We're going to do it again and bring that leg back. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift and bring it right back. And breathe and relax. Tendency might be to hold your breath when you lift. I want you to really exhale. If that means you have to force yourself to get it out, whatever you got to do to make yourself breathe it out. Try not to hold that. Right side, repeat. Deep breath. Exhale on your lift and relax. Release the rest of your air. Take a breath. Squeeze through the glutes on both sides. Feel supported. Feel tall. Try not to arch your back. Stay tall. Inhale. Exhale, lift and release. And we're going to do the other side. Get my blanket out of the way. All right, you're going to focus on the left side. Deep breath. Exhale, lift. Move over to 45 on your exhale. Hold. Squeeze through the glute to help keep that knee over that ankle. The tendency is to want to relax it in. Keep it up. Another deep breath. Exhale and bring it back. So really the only thing that's happening in movement is through the hip joint. You're not rotating your chest. You're not moving the stationary leg. All in the hip. Left side one more time. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Take a 45. Lower and relax. Breathe. And bringing it back. Deep breath first. Exhale, bring it in. And release. Now we're going to attempt to do both sides. So if you want to hold on to your chair, hold on to something, or you just think doing both sides is not going to happen, you can lean back and up and come back in if you want to, so that you have a little bit of support through your body. Or you can attempt to just hold on and lift it open. All right, so let's try it. Believe me, I can't watch all y'all see all at the same time, so do what your body tells you to do. We're going to do it twice. So if this is not your thing, then just do one on one side and do one on the other side. Okay? All right. Sit up nice and tall. Root your sit bones. Engage through your core. Engage through your glutes. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Find where you want to put your hands. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift and lower. Don't hold your breath. The tendency is to hold. And once you're open, squeeze through the glutes. Breathe. Keep the abs pulled in. When you're ready, deep breath. Exhale. Lower. job. That's one. So if you only did one side, you get to do the other now. You're excited. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift and lower. We're working a little bit of those psoas muscles, the hip flexors. Ready to bring them back in. Deep breath. Exhale, lift and lower. And relax. Shake them out. Stomp them out. Whatever feels good. Open and close. Stretch through there. And I want you to go ahead and take them to wide leg. Staying up tall, hands behind your thighs, and you're going to come with a flat back forward. I'll turn a little to the side. Just a little bit forward. Not a lot of weight on your hands. Just for stability. Pull your belly in, lengthen through the front of your head. Stay tall. Imagine that those sit bones kind of roll down into the chair. And then lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel the stability in the spine. Take right shoulder forward and left one back. You can keep your gaze to the floor in front of you, or you can rotate your head over the back shoulder. Depends on how much twist you want today. Stay tall in your spine. Gently come back to center. Realign yourself. You have those sit bones released to the chair. Lengthen the crown of your head. Left shoulder forward, right back. Either keep your gaze forward or rotate your head right. Look over the back shoulder. Breathe. Gently come back to center. Lengthening through your spine. Feel the space. Squeeze the glutes. Gently bring yourself back up. Bring your legs in. Shake them out. We're going to, before we go to the floor later, I want to kind of describe something. We're going to work on doing eagle while we're on the floor. We'll be laying on our back when we do it. And the eagle pose is usually done standing, but you can compromise the back if you don't have stability. So when we go to the floor to do eagle, I'm going to talk to you about crossing your legs. And typically they put this foot behind this calf. Well, I can't really even do that either, so that's okay. But what we're going to do is we'll end up crossing our legs, and then we're going to cross whatever leg is on top. We're going to cross the same elbow underneath. So same leg and elbow could touch each other. And we're going to be in this type of a twisted position. It's really good for opening up your sciatica if you have any sciatica problems. But we're going to do this laying down flat. You can imagine I was laying down so that your back is nice and supported. So I just wanted to do that while we were sitting so that you can get that visualization. So now we're going to go up for balance, standing up. And we're going to do some open hip balancing. So you can put the chair in front. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. We're going to put the chair to the side because we're really going to need it more on the side than we are on the front. And I want you to stand so that your foot is underneath the chair slightly. And then you open up about a chair. If you had another chair in front of you, about a chair width. Both feet to start out are facing directly forward. So check. It's going to feel weird. You might feel pigeon-toed. You're going to face directly forward. It's not normal for us. And this is just a balance work as well. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Try not to lock your knees. Keep your knees nice and soft. Breathe. And just try to maintain this position. Arms out to the side, palms up. Lengthen from that tailbone to the crown of your head. Widen your fingers. Find a focal point. rotate, take your palms to face down. The foot that is underneath the chair, I want you to rotate it so the toes point towards the back of the chair. And I want you to leave this other foot, this left foot, the way it is. I want you to peek down there and make sure that your heel is lined up with the arch of your foot. Okay? Breathe. I want you to take this hand that's floating over the top of this chair, and I want you to reach over, so actually move your whole body over. Now, if you can grab the chair, you can grab it at the bottom, you can touch it at the bottom, or if you can touch it at the top, whichever. Reach over, and then cartwheel, and actually put that hand down. Open up. Try not to lock your knees. Breathe. Pull in your abs, take a deep breath. On the exhale, pull yourself up, lengthen. Relax your hands down, roll out your shoulders. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and put a hand on that chair and draw that foot back so that you are about 3 inches away from the chair and your knee is over your ankle. And if you have enough flexibility in your inner thigh and you want to open up a little more, you can, or stay where you were. Either way, but keep your knee over your ankle. Keep your chest facing forward. We're going to do a warrior 2. Taking our hands back out. Breathe. We're not going to do any of our cartwheel forward and back. We're just going to find our balance in this position. Squeeze through this glute on your straight leg. Feel the stretch in the inner thigh, the front of the hip. Lengthen. Breathe. Straighten your leg. Relax your arms. Roll your shoulders. All right, this back leg, I want you to heel toe it, walk it in to where it's directly underneath your hip. We're going to work on half moon. We've never done half moon before. So essentially, you've got this chair over here. You might want to switch it to here, or this might work for you. I'll show you what we're doing and then you can make the decision. So what we're going to do is keep those toes facing that direction underneath the chair. We're going to take our weight off of the back foot. Hold on to the chair. You can hold it high or you can bend and hold it low. And you're going to bring this leg up. Now you're going to think about the side of your foot flat like the roof. So you're not allowing your toes to rotate forward or towards the ceiling. You're going to try and keep it nice and flat. So start with putting the weight on the foot closest to the chair, and releasing the weight. Just have it on maybe the tip of your toe to find where you're wanting to bend. If you need to have it down further, you can bend this knee to start off with. Find your position, and when you're ready, start lifting up, leaning your whole body over. Breathe. Flex that foot. Peek down there and make sure that the side of your foot is level with the ceiling. Now you may only have it this far, and that's okay. Baby steps. And then think of lengthening your spine. If you're unable to lengthen, then you need to back it off and go lower. Breathe. When they do this without a chair, they either hold the floor or they hold a block. Engage through your abs. Take a deep breath. Exhale, move down. Release all the way to the floor. Shake it out, stomp it out, whatever feels good. Now you can either turn around or you can take your chair to the other side, whichever works better for you. I'm going to move my chair over so y'all can see. Everything we just did, we're going to do on the other side. So we're going to start with having our foot under the chair. Both feet are facing directly forward, so you might feel pigeon-toed. They're both lined up perfectly. Your knees are soft. It's kind of difficult to lock your knees out without pain if you're a little pigeon-toed feeling. So lengthen tall through the crown. Tailbone is rooting down. Crown is lifting up. Find balance. Squeeze through your glutes and engage your abs. Breathe. And I want you to bring your palms up, hands to the side. Find that focal point. Find your balance. Rotate, palms go down. The foot under the chair, you're going to rotate those toes to face out. You're going to leave the back foot alone. But you're going to peek down and make sure that your heel is centered with your arch. And then you're going to imagine you have a bisection right here in your belly, and you're going to reach that hand over, taking your shoulders with you. Then you're going to bend over. You can either hold on to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, and open up. My SI joint is out, and for some reason this feels really good. I did not expect that. Maybe I can get it to go back in. Breathe. Feel the inner thigh stretch. Lengthen through the crown of your head. On your next exhale, engage those abs a little more and pull yourself up. Relax your arms down so we can prep for the next one. You're going to pull your foot back a little bit so you can bend your knee and have a couple inches between your knee and the chair. The back foot you can take back more or leave it where it is, whichever works, but make sure your knee stays over your ankle and that your heel is still lined up with that back foot. We're going to do for warrior. Lengthen tall, inhale, arms to sides. Find your focal point. Think of opening that thigh, spinning it up and back. Squeeze through those straight leg glutes. Lengthen through the crown. Sit bones reaching down, crown reaching up. Opening space in the spine. Breathe. Gently relax your hands down. Take this back foot, heel toe, walk it in. We're going to go for our half moon. So leaning to the side and grabbing your chair wherever it's comfortable. Take your weight gently off this foot. Lift it up, flex the foot. Breathe. I don't care what you do with this upper hand. If you want to bring it over or help, try and keep your chest open, but if you want to have it over for help, you can. Breathe. Nice and slow. Start taking yourself back down. All the way down. Shake it out. We're going to go to the floor and we're going to go to our back. Draw your knees up, roll it out. So we can do that eagle thing real quick. Once you get to the floor, just draw your knees up for a moment. Roll it around. You can either draw your knees up or you can put your feet on the floor and flop them, whichever feels better. This is just a moment to release and prep for the next pose. All right, so I'm going to give you a choice variation with your legs. So we're going to start with the right knee over the left knee. Now you can hold them in the air like this if you want. If your body is telling you that you're not ready for that, you can lower your left foot to the floor, but I want you to walk it in as close as you can, and I really want you to cross that right knee over. So you feel like you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other, you know? I hate to use the analogy, you feel like you pee your pants and you're holding it tight, but squeeze it in. So you're squeezing all the way down into your pelvic floor. I have my right over my left. I'm going to take my left arm above my head. I'm going to have my elbow bent forward in front of my chest. Take my right one up underneath. Try and lock that elbow into that left elbow. Feel the opening in your back. Lengthen through your spine. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath. And when you're ready, release your crossed legs. Open up your arms into a T position to release that stretch across the back. And we're going to switch legs. So you can either pull it and roll a little bit, or you can block a little bit before we do the other side. I'm going to do it the easy way first, pulling in the right foot as far as I can, crossing the left over. As soon as I've got it crossed tight, I'm going to squeeze those thighs together like their life depended on it. Now you can stay with your foot on the floor if you want, or at this point you can lift it off the floor, still squeezing those thighs together if you are off the floor. Then I'm going to bend my right elbow, and I'm going to pull it forward. I'm going to take my left one up underneath. Squeezing through my chest muscles. Opening up my back, both lower and upper. Breathe. And when you're ready, you can release your legs. Open up your arms into a T position. Walk your feet to the outside edges, and I want you to windshield wiper your legs a little bit. We're going to stay in the T position and do some windshield wipering. So we're going to take both knees over to the right. Imagine keeping both shoulders on the floor. Open up through your hip. Relax through that right leg completely. Put a block, a pillow, something underneath it if you need to support the back. I want you to flex your right foot. That's the one on the bottom. Flex your right foot. Take a deep breath. Bear down into your abs and straighten your right leg. Straighten it out. Squeeze your left glute and press your hip forward. Keep the flexed right foot. Breathe. Start bending the right knee, bringing that foot back into its anchor point. Relax the left glute, draw the abs in, knees up, and flop them side to side. All right, both knees are going to go over to the left. Put something underneath the left thigh if you need to. I'm going to start by flexing that left foot. And then I want you to open that knee, straightening it out. Keep that foot active, flex. Squeeze the right glute and press the hip forward. Press the right shoulder into the mat. long leg, active leg on the left side, active glute on the right side. Start bending your knee first to draw it back in before you release the glute. Pull your belly in and start drawing your knees up and flop them side to side. Gently slide your arms down along the side of your body. So you can release the stretch in the front of your shoulders, the front of your chest. Draw your right knee in, and then draw your left knee in. Don't cross your ankles. You can sit still or you can roll. It's up to you. So the position or the move that I always call the cannonball. I found it actually has another name. They call it the windbreaker. So you can imagine why that is. But I will not be using that terminology. Cannonball is much more befitting to us, I believe. It's the last cannonball we'll ever be able to do, right? All right, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, draw your knees in, lift your head up. Stretch your back, open your spine, slowly lower back down. And relax. You can roll or you can just pause for a minute. We're going to do it again. Deep breath. As you exhale, draw the knees in, lift the head up, reach, slowly release down, inhaling air back into your body. Roll if you would like. I want you to go ahead and get your strap. I didn't tell you that earlier, and I apologize. Because I really did plan to do this. So we're going to lasso our right foot. We're going to put our left foot on the floor. And we're going to do a reclined forward fold. So when we sit on the floor, we put our foot out in front of us. This is the same concept. Imagine sitting on the floor and your foot is directly out from your hip. So in this case, it's right over the top of your hip. And we have our left leg relaxed. When we're on the floor, we typically have it out to the side somewhere. We're just going to relax it on the floor. Toes are facing towards the top of our head, so don't let them fall out to the side. Keep them facing up. Breathe. Try not to lock out your knee. Stay tall in your spine. So instead of us coming forward onto the leg, we're going to bring that straight leg towards us. So we keep our spine long. Now keep your knee soft. A little tiny bend, if you have that tendency to try and push it out, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. A little micro bend. Drawing that leg towards your torso. Breathe and lengthen your spine. Lengthen the crown of your head. Just like when we're seated, we inhale, lengthen. We exhale, we usually fold forward a little bit more, but we're going to draw the leg a little bit more on our exhale. So inhale, lengthen crown. Exhale, draw leg in. Breathe. Keeping your leg pulled in as far as you are comfortable, I want you to bend your knee. Release the stretch, switch legs. Right foot goes on the floor. Left foot goes towards the ceiling. Make sure those toes are pointed up. You're not letting them fall to the side. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath. To exhale, you draw that leg in. Little micro bend in the knee. Don't let yourself straighten it out. As you come forward, try and relax the back of the leg. Lengthen, inhale, exhale, draw in. Breathe. There's your wonderful Shavasana sound. Hold this one more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. And then release, bend your knee. Release your strap. Find all of your creature comforts for Shavasana. Roll around a second if you want to. Release any tension you found in your back. Alrighty. Line up your hips and shoulders. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. Palms are up if you have your arms out to the side. Lengthen through the crown of your head. I want you to observe your breath. Observe the rise and fall of your chest. Observe the diaphragm hugging the organs. Observe the very outward edges of your breath as it reaches the furthest edges of your lungs. Observe the moment when an inhale switches from an exhale. Observe the feeling of the breath in your nostrils. Observe the weight of your head. The back of your head pressed into floor, blanket, or towel, whatever. Can you soften your face? Can you soften the point right between your eyebrows? Imagine your eyebrows opening into your temples, creating softness, space. Can you imagine the sides of your nose opening up from your cheek a little bit and creating more space for breath? Can you imagine that place right in front of your ears where your jaw bones attach? That TMJ joint. Can you imagine there being space there as it relaxes? Your jaw gently becoming slack. Can you feel the space in your throat as it opens up into the back of your neck? Two clavicle bones in the front top of your chest. Can you imagine them opening up, creating a little more space in your chest? Open for more breath. Can you feel your shoulders open, your elbows open, and all the little tiny bones in your wrists open up. Feel your hips open. Each hip bone releasing towards the ceiling, creating space in the bowl of your pelvis. Feeling the joint of your hips, releasing to the floor. Find space in the back of your knee. And all of the little bones of the ankle opening up. Releasing our hands and feet. And as the thoughts begin to invade your mind and pull you away from your body and your meditation and wherever you're at, I want you to zero in your thoughts for just a moment. And I want you to remember a first day of school. It doesn't have to be your first school, it can be any school. One that stands out, the very first day. Maybe it was a brand new school. Maybe it was in college, leaving home. Maybe it was a primary grade, an older grade. But remember a first day that really stands out in your mind. And I want you to just be aware of the emotions that it brings up. Be aware of them, just observe them. And I want you to focus in on, do you remember what you were wearing? Do you remember why this particular first day stands out? If it happened to be a traumatic first day, I want you to just acknowledge those feelings and let them move on. Do you remember what grade, what school you were going into that was memorable? Do you know what town it was in? Now I can imagine that this particular first day of school, there's a certain scene that stands out in your mind. Maybe it's actually standing on the steps of the school, contemplating walking in or walking home. There's a particular moment that you might remember. Maybe it's outside the classroom or meeting the new teacher. But I want you to try and fill in as many details as you can of this one particular scene. Stands out. How old were you? Was that first day what you expected it to be? Was it better? Was it worse? Can you imagine feeling your heartbeat in your chest at that first day? When we take a moment to go back to our first day of school, I want you to take your mind and I want you to think about all of the children that will be having a completely different experience of the first day this year. Maybe their first day is going to be pushed back later in the year. Maybe their first day is going to be at home with mom. Just imagine what that would be like for those children and how their first day of school this year will be completely different from anything they've experienced. And maybe this first day is their first experience. And it opens up a whole different world to them. They don't know what to expect because they've never been. How can we support the children that are in our families or in our immediate circles to have a good first day, no matter what it looks like? Open to new possibilities, new adventures, and new memories. Support your schoolers today the best you can. And support those teachers that are still trying to figure out how life will go. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe that deep breath in, I want you to sigh that air out. Bringing yourself back to your physical body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your wrists and your ankles. Bend and straighten your elbows and your knees. Draw your knees up, maybe roll it around. Shrug your shoulders. Whatever feels good. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side, supporting your head with a pillow or your upper arm so that your spine stays tall. In this position, I want you to imagine lengthening that spine, rooting that tailbone away from the crown. Breathe. Gently walk yourself up to a seated position. Nice and slow, like you're peeling yourself off the mat. Bring yourself up to where you want to sit and feel most comfortable. And as you've come to your seated position, I want you to just root those sit bones, lengthen that crown. Relax your hands in your lap or at your side. Drop your right ear to the right side. Lift your chin slightly, then tuck and roll over to the left. Lift the chin slightly, tuck and roll back over to the right. And just roll right and left at your own pace. When you're ready, pause at center. Pressing shoulders back slightly to open the neck again. And start lifting the chin up, relax shoulders, reach chin towards ceiling. And relax your chin back down. breathing with our arms. Inhale, arms reach out, up, gather that air, wide fingers, lift to the crown. Exhale, press that air away. Right arm only. Inhale up, gather that air, do a little lean. Exhale, rotate, press air down. Now do left side only. Inhale, gather air up, a little lean. Exhale, rotate palm down, press air away. Both hands. Inhale, arms up. Hands come together overhead in the prayer position. Exhale, bring those hands down to your chest. As you open your eyes, and namaste. Stop recording. Yes.